Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in again. I've been out of pocket. I've been on business travel for well over a week and I haven't made a video. I do apologize. It was very difficult to get away. My intentions were actually, because I brought along all the camera gear, my intentions were to get away every night, go down to the beach because we stayed right on the beach, do a video with the beach in the background, and it just every night just turned into a 14-hour day. You know, we were getting to eat just before the restaurants were closing down, it seemed like. Anyway, I got a couple of questions. One of the questions I would like to cover is, how do I store my silver? And the question was geared more specifically, do I put my silver eagles in those plastic containers, those airtight containers? And the answer is no. And I think the person who asked me that is getting a little confused with, and I might mispronounce this word incorrectly, numismatic coins. Coins you would collect for their collectability, their value based on condition and age, as well as rarity. I don't collect numismatic coins. Again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. I just don't. I collect, stack, buy silver for the silver content, just the silver. Per some recommendations, I am going to purchase some of the small gold dimes when I can afford to. But I just collect precious metals for just their value, the storage of wealth, the silver content. How do I store my silver if I don't put them in those little plastic? You've seen them. They're like little discs. They separate. I don't use those, like I said. So the bulk of my coins go in plastic tubes, and each plastic tube holds 20 silver eagles. For my maple leaves, my Canadian maple leaves, I got their tubes, and I believe their tubes hold 25 Canadian maple leaves. If I have any odds and ends, meaning I don't have enough to put in a tube, or I just don't have another tube, I'll even go ahead and put them in those little clear plastic sleeves or envelopes. They normally open up. They have two sides. You can slip in a coin. I'll even use that. I'm not afraid of my silver getting discolored or patina, whatever you want to call it. By the way, I've had my silver for many years now, and none of my silver that has been in the tubes has ever miscolored, ever. And for that matter, none of my silver that's been in the little plastic envelopes, those little plastic sleeves, that has never discolored either. I think the only time discoloration comes in for me in my climate here in Arizona is when I touch them with my hands. I get a lot of comments that they don't approve of me touching the silver with my hands. Again, I really don't care. I only will touch a few. I don't go around touching all of them, but I'll pick a good 10 coins, various rounds and whatnot, that I'll touch, and I really won't care whether they get a little tarnished or not. There are tricks to cleaning up the tarnish anyhow. Again, silver value, if you're collecting silver just for the silver, it does not depreciate just because it has a little tarnish on it. Just remember that. If you're collecting numismatic, that's a totally different ball game. I don't know anything about it. I can't even pronounce the word right now. Other than that, I want to talk about a safe. So I've talked about how I hold the coins in the tubes, and if I don't have enough tubes, I'll use the plastic sleeves. I recommend buying a safe. Now, I'm not talking about a filing cabinet with a little lock on it. No. Normally, you could tell a filing cabinet or a metal container when you knock on it. You can hear it. It sounds like an aluminum can. It sounds like a filing cabinet at work. It's not what you want. You can basically cut open one of those with any sharp tool, any hammer. You really want a safe. Excuse me. Liberty obviously has a fine reputation. I found them to be overpriced compared to another brand I went with called Sturdy. STURDY. Sturdy Gun Safe. They custom make each and every one of them, so if you were to put in an order, you really wouldn't get the safe until about 60 days later. They deliver it to you. I believe they're equally built when compared to the Liberty safe. However, I liked one significant thing better, and I made a video. Actually, I made two videos reviewing my gun safe. And you're gonna have to go back and just maybe type in Sturdy Gun Safe and locate those two videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. When you close a door of a safe, it leaves a space between the chassis and the door. Many of those seams, the space, you can actually pry apart, separate the door from the chassis, from the bulk of the safe, whatever you want to call it, with just a good crowbar. However, if you cannot fit a crowbar into these spaces, it is a real advantage to the safe, to the durability of a safe, to the security of a safe. So the Sturdy Gun Safe, literally, you cannot stick a butter knife in the entire seam around the door and the chassis of the safe. You literally can't. You have to go and check out my video. I even try to put a butter knife in, and you can't. If I recall correctly, when I went to Liberty, and I know Liberty is one of the best, you literally can fit a crowbar in the space. To me, that was a disadvantage. Now, again, there's other variables. Would somebody be strong enough to literally pry the door corner away from the chassis? I don't know. I really don't know, but if you're looking for a safe, obviously look at Liberty. They're the best. But Google Sturdy versus Liberty Gun Safe, and you might be surprised in what you hear. Pound for pound, I think Sturdy is the best safe on the market. Commercial use. Obviously, there are government-approved safes. What are they? GSS-approved safes. I forgot what they are. But for what we can afford, I think Sturdy and Liberty are going to be your best bang for the buck. Obviously, there's other name brands. You got the Brownings, you got the Cannons. Again, some of the gun safes you see at Walmart or Costco or Sam's Club, they sound hollow. I mean, literally, you can bang on them and you can hear the vibration of the metal. That's not what you want. That's kind of like again, I'll say it again. It's like a filing cabinet with a little S&G lock on it. That's not a gun safe. You want something with a heavy metal where you knock on it, it's going to hurt your knuckles a little bit. So check out Sturdy, check out Liberty, and also for you folks who might be in areas that have humidity, you're going to want to get dehumidifier for your safe. Otherwise, things like your guns might get a little rust. Any of your metals, your bullets might get a little tainted, a little rust might form on them, or whatnot. So they make gun safe dehumidifiers. They're relatively cheap. They're I think I only spent, it's hard, I've had it many years, $39 I think I spent on it, and it was the best of the best from all the reviews I've done. $39 or $49, and I've never have one iota, not one molecule that I can find of rust on any of my guns, any of my optics, any of my knives at all. So definitely get a dehumidifier. I'm in Tucson. It's the driest place that I've ever lived in. I don't believe I need one. I still got one. So, and it literally only takes up, I don't know, maybe the size. It's smaller than a pad. It's, it might be the same size, but it might be an inch thick. And you just stand it in the back of your safe on the floor in the way back so nobody even sees it. So definitely consider getting one of those. Anyway, you folks have a great day. If you have any questions about the Sturdy Gun Safe, again, I'll say this. I don't work for any company that I mention a name brand. I don't work for Sturdy Gun Safe. I don't even leave a link below. You know how some channels will leave a link below. It goes kind of quasi through their own websites, and you buy the product on their website, but you're really buying it from Amazon, so that way they get a cut. That's not how I roll. I won't even leave a link below to where it is. I don't make a profit off of it. I don't want to give the illusion that I'm making a profit off of anything I recommend. When I give a recommendation, it comes from my heart, and it comes from the research I've done. And I don't just sit there for 10 minutes doing research. I really take weeks to decide what product I want in the category I want, and it literally took me 3 or 4 weeks to decide which gun safe. I did product reviews. I go on forums, in the gun forums, and I did reviews and questions and answers in the gun forums, and Sturdy just kept coming up and up and up. So definitely Google Sturdy Gun Safe versus Liberty. You'll be surprised. I really would recommend a Sturdy Gun Safe. Obviously, whatever you got is better than nothing, though, right? So definitely get something for your precious metals. Get something for the guns. I would obviously bolt it down, but more specifically, I would buy a safe. If you don't own a safe, buy one that's slightly larger than you think you need. That was one of the biggest mistakes I made. I'm already running out of, by the time I put my weapons and all my ammo in, my wife decided she wanted 1 or 2 shelves for her jewelry. You know, it's right. I forgot all about her jewelry. By the time she put her jewelry cases in, and then important paperwork like kids' birth certificates, your birth certificates, social security cards, blah, 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 mortgage and whatever paperwork for the house in the safe, it's filled up. So get something slightly larger than you think you need as far as a safe. Anyway, folks, I'm tired. I've been traveling for, since I think I can't remember, since the 9th. I can't even remember when my last video was. But anyway, I'm off to bed. I'm pooped. You folks have a great day. Thank you for waiting around for me to come back and make another video. I'll be a little bit more consistent in making more videos about silver and whatnot. Take care.